Hi guys, welcome back to Selassie Sports GH. Yes, I told you I will be giving you a back-to-back review and preview analysis on the Champions League games. And as we all know, semis first leg has already taken place, and we are all looking out to the performance that will come out from the second leg, and to be precise. So here are some of my preview in the second leg matches that will be coming up on Tuesday and then Wednesday. PSG will be hosting Dortmund and Real Madrid will be hosting Bayern at Bernabeu. It's going to be an interesting game. I said it's my first leg. These remaining games are very difficult to predict. They are very, very, very difficult to predict because you cannot downplay even Bayer, who is not really performing in his Bundesliga league. Look at what he's doing in the Champions League. So it's very difficult for you to predict. But anyways, we will just talk about the tactical analysis and then the individual play that normally that normally goes on the field of play, and the results there, it will definitely come up after the 90th minute. So these are some of my preview analysis that I depicted from the first leg. What went right and then what went wrong. And Charlie bro from there thought that what went wrong in the game for Bayern. So going into the second leg as Bernabeu, what are some of the things that Tuchel has to take note of? What are some of the things that Ancelotti would have to look out or consider or like factor into the coming second leg? I don't know if I want to give any coach the benefit of the doubt in the remaining matches in the Champions League. I think I would give Thomas Tuchel the benefit of the doubt. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because when you look at the four teams remaining right now, he's the only coach, aside Ancelotti, he's the only coach that for about 6 years down the line. So when he took PSG to the semis, and then when he took PSG to finals, and Bayern scored, Upamecano scored to take that victory from PSG. He went to Chelsea 2021, and then he also did what? He took the Champions League. So he has been, like, when you want to give it a typical analysis, he has been back and forth at the semis and then the finals. So you cannot underrate what he can do, because see, corresponding and then is there, so you cannot underrate him. So going into the second leg with Bayer Real Madrid, I don't expect Real Madrid to look down on Tuchel, in as much as he's not performing or he didn't perform well in his Bundesliga this season. Doesn't mean you can underrate him, because see, if Bayern want to play and then man up their games, like, trust me, they can punish Real Madrid for like any look downs or any down plays that they may like have on that game. And the other side of Enrique too, I think when he went to Signal Iduna Park, which is the home grounds of Dortmund, Eden Tezek, he really meant that game. He brought up his tactical formation. He brought out a formation that can take out the key player from his opponents. He brought up that how do you call it, that plan, like that plan B formation to change the game when Enrique tries to you know bring up, or like any swift formation, any swift change formation that Enrique will bring. He was ready for that. He was really, really ready for that. Sorry. So we also how poorly PSG responded to the game. Because I'm saying poorly because when you see them the games they played with Barcelona, look at even his lowest like ground too. Look at what PSG did, and then they made their way to the semis. So going to Dortmund, which you even played with him at the, how do you call it, group stage, for you to go and dominate a game like this, you deserve that 3 points defeat. You couldn't even get a draw from Dortmund. And Dortmund, since 2012, that they took the Champions League trophy, this is the second time they are making their way into the semis to get to the final. So, almost on fan to better now. You get it. So, I'm not surprised at the first leg they took that straight 3 points from them, and they have the option to go in for either a draw or go in for another straight win from the home grounds of PSG. But then let's see what they will do. So, the first leg, Edin Terzic, which is the head coach for Dortmund, one beautiful thing that he did that really made me love or really paid attention to his game so much was, see, when the game started in the first 15 minutes, we all saw that high tempo, that high pressive aggression heading to Sancho's side. You know, they all knew that the mastermind behind that Dortmund team was definitely going to be Sancho. But then what did Edin Terzic also did? He went out from his comfort zone, tried to what? To scout in the PSG's team to see that key player who would give that accurate passes, or who would let PSG dominate the game through accurate crosses, through accurate how do you call it, distributions, even to the midfield for Fabian, and then Vitinha to do or to lay down the balls to Bakola and then Dembele. So what did he do? He loaded. He gave a double load pivot to Hakim. So Hakimi was off from the very 20th minute in the game, in the first half to be precise. He was so off. We had Adeyemi and then Emiken, who were constantly doing what? Giving a high pressive defense to Hakimi. So Hakimi was not really getting the ball to do what? To distribute it to Vitinha, for Vitinha to also do what? Give that accurate passes, or that true passes that Mbappe would run with. So that was a 50% work solved from the Dortmund coach. And Adeyemi and then Ken, they did very well with that role that was assigned to them. They did very well by taking Hakimi out of the game. So because we all know how Mbappe will definitely have his day when Hakimi is doing. You all know how he's good. Hakimi is good in defending and then attacking, constant overlapping. He will do it for you swiftly. But he was locked up. He was caged. It was so beautiful to watch. See, whenever Emikin misses, how do you call it, Hakimi, you see Adeyemi trying to sprint to go and do what? To take out that down draws, to just take the ball to throw, and it will never get to Vitinha for Vitinha to also lay that pass to Bradley Bakola for the ability to even get any air calls. So that was a beautiful how do you call it, take on from Edin Terzic in the first leg from the Dortmund side. And what I feel Enrique should consider in this second leg is allow Mbappe to play his role. Allow Mbappe to dominate from that flank. Enough of desperation, because it looks like he as much as fine. If you leave him at one particular place, they will definitely defend him or try to take him out of the match. Mbappe is Mbappe at any day. He turns he turns some chances that are not so open into wild chances to do what? To pull that threat. So why don't you allow him to just focus on the flanks and then just do his runs? Maybe for all you know, if coming into the second leg, if Edin Terzic goes in with that formation again for Adeyemi and then Emiken to do what? To take Hakimi out, definitely some one or two accurate passes through like air balls will definitely get to Mbappe, and Mbappe can definitely take it and then take it from his wings to cutting, and it might go into their favor. So going into this game, I still think Dortmund has an upper hand over PSG. Looking at how Edin Terzic has really sat down to fish out what PSG could do at any day to have that match into his favor. That's one beautiful thing from him. And he was relying on counter, even though the counter attack wasn't really working for the Dortmund team. That's one accurate pass from Nico Schlotterbeck. It just went straight to Nicolas, and then what happened? He also took that one touch, took his time to do it, to get his composure, and then he struck it, and it became a goal. So going into the second leg, trust me, I'm still hooting for Dortmund to, you know, take his formations and markings right, so that he can still dominate the game and take PSG out, because it looks like they're not ready. They're not hungry. It's not hungry. They're not hungry for the cup. So let's shift to Bayern and Real Madrid. Another beating banter match. Another roller coaster match. Another see, these two coaches, why never could turn one man in your uncle? Charlie, nobody will agree for him, bro. But let's see what will happen in the home grounds of Bernabeu. So looking at the first leg, first 20th minutes, Bayern was seriously dominating. Bayern was all over the place, trying to find their ways, any ways that will work for them, any formation that will work for them, just to get that leading goal. But then we saw Toni Kroos, who was, constantly trying to fish his way out and then give that accurate pass to Vinicius or Rodrigo. And see, after the first leg, Toni Kroos was being hailed for that special assist given to Vinicius. But the statements Toni Kroos made was, it's not any special pass. It wasn't any special pass. But he said it was Vinicius who really knew how to take Kimmich on. Kimmich and then Dia and Kim. He knew how to take them on. So that was the better and then the swift move that Vinicius could have done, and it worked for him. So he's happy. Vinicius was a fast thinker after that moment to just leave Hakimi on the right side for him to get that space to do or to score. So going into the home grounds of Bernabeu, Ancelotti would still have a plan B formation or a plan B substitution, because Tuchel is also good with his subs, but you cannot, looking at the experience in the Champions League, I'll give it to Ancelotti. Look at how he dominated that game at the 60th minute to 90th minute at the home grounds of Bayern. He did what? He took Jude Bellingham out. Jude Bellingham was not really having his day. He wasn't really moving and doing that accurate tacklings that we needed from him. So he did what? He took him out, and then he introduced Modric. Luka Modric on any day will give you a very nice midfield, full with moves, full with tackles. He will do all the defensive work, do all the attacking works and everything. And that was what he needed in that last 30th minute in the first leg at the home grounds of Bayern. And it really worked for him. On the other side, I was disappointed in Tuchel for introducing Gnabry. As at that time, when you were already leading, which was 2-1, what has Gnabry got to do with it? Because you have to defend that 3-point that you got by taking the lead. There was no need for you to bring in an attacking-minded player to come and do it. Because Gnabry coming in would also want to come in, try to show something. So he will definitely not focus much more on defending for you. And I think that was also what also factored into that second goal, when Kim at the same time, and from where the first mistake happened, it happened the second time, and then Vinicius took him on, created space, looked for space just to leave the ball to Rodrigo, and then it became a foul. Because if a defender is facing you at the right hand side, trust me, it is very dicey for you to do a take on. You will definitely commit yourself into a foul. And that was the same thing that also happened to Lucas Vasquez on the other side of Real Madrid. So going into this game, both coaches have a lot to do. They really have a lot to do in terms of their defensive shape formation. If they don't put things right, Harry Kane is not going to stand there for Rodrigo to do what to mark him. he's dynamic. He would definitely run into the midfield, attacking midfield, and then would want to come back into the 18-yard box of Real Madrid too. Same as Lorraine Sané. So Charlie, it's not going to be easy for them. The same way Jamal Musiala tormented them in the first leg, he's going to torment them again in the second leg. So it's up to Ancelotti to do what, to know what to do, and the right players to, put into his first 11 to get that straight win, because Bayern, Real Madrid for no commodine, even though they are La Liga, but a commodine, we are still hungry for more. Yeah, we want more. So guys, this is my preview on the second leg Champions League semi-final games. Catch me right on my channel as I bring you the review and my prediction for this game. Stay tuned to Selassie Sports GH on YouTube. I love you so much. Thank you. Bye.